A very warm good morning to all. The topic which we are going to discuss today is programmed instruction. We look at the history of educational instruction. We can see that the method of mass instruction has been traditionally used in schools. In this method, the content, the learning methodology and instructional materials are same for all the students in the classroom. Moreover, all students keep the same pace of learning. As we know, a classroom is comprised of individual students who differ from one another in cognitive capacities, skills, perceptions, academic performance, and learning experience. The pace of learning also varies from one student to another. Mass instruction does not consider the unique differences of individual students. So, a new method of instruction was introduced, and that is individualized instruction. That is, to make the students self-directed and self-initiated. One of the most effective individualized instruction is programmed instruction. Let us understand the concept of programmed instruction. Programmed instruction is a systematically planned, empirically established, and effectively controlled self-instructional technique. It is for providing individualized instruction to the learner through logically sequenced small segments of the subject matter by using the principles of operant conditioning and schedules of reinforcement. It is a self-instructional method. According to Smith and Moore, programmed instruction is the process of arranging the material to be learned into a series of sequential steps, that is from known to unknown. Before learning the objectives and types of programmed instruction, let us learn the development or origin of programmed instruction. Bhagavad Gita is the first example of programmed learning, as it has several ingredients of programming. The Greek philosopher Socrates, as one of the earliest programmers who developed a program in geometry, which was recorded by Plato in the dialogues between Socrates and Meno. E.L. Thorndike was the first psychologist whose findings were direct relevance to programming. The law of effect, an outcome of trial and error learning theory, has a close link with the concept of reinforcement, which is being considered for programmed instruction. B.F. Skinner, an American psychologist, proposed the operant conditioning learning theory, giving birth to the concept of reinforcement in the process of learning. Based upon this idea, B.F. Skinner developed linear programmed instruction or extrinsic programming. Norman A. Crowder developed another type of programmed instruction known as branching programming or intrinsic programming, which provides automatic tutoring. T.F. Gilbert developed a new system of programmed instruction known as mathematics programming. Lawrence M. Stoloroy revolutionized the concept of programmed instruction by bringing the idea of computer-assisted instruction. Now, let us see the objectives of programmed instruction. The significant objectives of programmed instruction are to help students learn by doing, to provide the situation to learn at their own speed, to learn without the presence of a teacher, to evaluate themselves, and to compare their answers with the key. Types of programming. There are three types of programming. There is linear programming, next branching programming, and mathematics programming. Let us discuss in detail about these types. Linear programming. It was developed by B.F. Skinner and his associates. It is also called extrinsic programming. The subject matter will be divided into very small steps, each of which is called a frame. After giving the answer for the question, immediately they can check whether their answer is correct or wrong. It is based on the theory of operant conditioning. The 5 fundamental principles of linear programming are principles of small steps, principle of active participation and response, principle of immediate feedback, principle of self-pacing, and principle of self-evaluation and reinforcement. Next is branching programming. The founder of branching programming is Norman A. Crowder. It is also called intrinsic programming. It is a problem-solving approach. Students should select the answers for the questions that is in the form of objective type. If the answer is correct, they will be led to the next frame. If the answer is wrong, they will be led to the remedial frame. After the remedial frame, they will be directed to the main frame. The purpose of branching programming is to draw out weak points of learner and provide remedy for recovering those weaknesses. It is based on 3 basic principles: principle of exposition, principle of diagnosis, and principle of remediation. The founder of mathematics programming is Thomas F. Gilbert. Frame size is organized in small steps but in reverse chain, that is from complex content to its small simple units to attain mastery level. There are 2 types of frames: demonstration frames and prescription frames. Now let us take a look at the advantages and disadvantages of programmed instruction. Advantages. The main emphasis is on individual differences and students' involvement. Students may learn at their own pace. Immediate confirmation of the results provides reinforcement to the learners and encourages the learners to proceed further. Feedback is provided to wrong answers so that learner is able to develop mastery over the content. Disadvantages. It is very difficult to develop an instructional program. It would be very difficult to learn the content in a limited period of time. There is no chance for students' creativity. It cannot be applied at primary level of education or at higher education. Thank you for watching this session. Have a nice day.